Hey guys, Pete from Pete2Cents.com, January 22nd, 2010. It is 4:11 p.m. Friday, and it is grim, very, very grim out there. The Dow plunged to 220. I think it closed out at 218 points down. S&P down 24 points, heading to 25. It was 24.72. So with that said, very very grim day. We saw it this morning. We had some optimism towards the middle of the day, right around lunchtime, where it was the market was starting to retreat on the positive side, and it was almost in the green. It was like 7 points away from the green going positive. But then after 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, it started plunging, and then during the golden hour, the last half hour, 20 minutes, it just plunged dramatically. Heavy selling, probably a lot of automatic trading into, until we hit the 200. So, what does this mean? Bottom line, I'm still holding on to some call actions that I did this morning after taking a beating on the equity of the stock, which was PBR and BAC. I'm still a believer in both of those stocks. I've taken a beating, but believe it or not, towards all this action all day, PBR made a comeback pretty strong, but it closed out 54 cents down. And Bank of America also made a comeback, and it closed out at 57 cents down. So I backed up the truck a little bit on both of those as far as a call action, so I can try to make up for my losses that I made buying the equity or trading the equity. So we'll see what happens with that. I got a 6 month outlook on that, so I made that trade turn into an investment. So we'll see what happens. Usually that's how I correct my losses if I still believe in the fundamentals of the particular stock. If I don't believe in the fundamentals of the particular stock, then I get stopped out and I call it a day, lick my wounds, and I move on to the next stock. But if I believe in fundamentals, I usually buy or create an option action, usually straight long calls, and usually that is heavy leverage, so it brings my profit back up to whatever I lost on the equity. So with that said, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. That's where we stand. I'm looking at a chart here of the S&P 500 on a 2 year. And obviously this 200-point drop on the Dow, which is equivalent to the 24-point drop, we have definitely passed on the S&P 500 the 1114 mark that I was concerned about. We're down at 1091. So with that said, we got a couple of small support areas right around 1085, 1071, but very small support. I don't know if we're going to get the strength to support in those areas. The major buyers may come out all the way down, or at least visually on a technical basis, look like they'll come out around 9,000, around 1,000, wishful thinking, huh? Right around 1,950 to 1,000. That's where the S&P shows stronger support, which is this area here. 1071, 1085. That's what the whisper numbers are. I've been saying. I looked at it. I looked at it and looked at it, and I don't see strong enough support in that area. I really see support at 950, 1,000. I don't want it to drop that low, but realistically, it may go that low. So we better, batten down the hatchet. If you still got stop orders, or maybe sell, maybe stay on the sideline. Maybe if you're selling short, then you're doing well. If you got some put action, you're doing very well. So that's where we stand right now. I'm still bullish on the overall market, even though it's broken the S&P 500, the broken the 50-day. We'll have to see once we get into the 1,000 mark. And then at that point, it's going to be a pivot, a major pivot point to see if we break the 200-day. If we break the 200-day on the S&P 500, we're in deep trouble. So let's see what happens next week. We're still in earnings play during earnings season. So there's a bunch of major companies coming out between Monday and Wednesday. So let's see what happens if we can pick this market back up. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and let's see what happens on Monday. I'll see you Monday morning. Also, I started, there's several chat rooms on the website, but there's a major chat room that I'm starting to be, that I started a little while ago, a couple hours ago. It's right on the left-hand side of the home page, of the main page of the site. and it's going to be very interactive, and I'll be playing with that all day. So you guys can bring in your comments there, post charts, post links, no advertising, please. So it's going to be very interactive, so we can help each other trade and see if we can come out with positive, remarks and so forth. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Pete from Pete2Cents.com. Thanks, guys.